think you've got something very interesting for us.
I do.
That in New York City, perhaps Holly Golightly had these in her apartment. I think that New York is probably full of all kinds of critters.
Oh, they are. And I tell you what, this is one of the fun things. Tim Davis and I were just at the State Fair this past week with a display, because Clemson had a huge display there. And one of the things that Tim and I brought so that we would have something to make people stop at our booth and say hi. And so what we've got, and this is, I'm telling you, I'm an entomologist, but I do not do cockroaches. But these are different. These are the Madagascar hissing cockroaches. These are the ones that are in the movies all the time.
Okay.
These aren't as famous as you know, that of their counterparts.
Now, I've never held one, so I'd love to hold one.
And these are not native here. They are from Madagascar, which is a little island off of Africa, and we've got some males and some females in here. And
this is a nice, long, big cockroach.
It is.
Yes. And it has cockroachy legs and all that kind of stuff.
These are unique in that a lot of insects, whenever they make noise, they use their legs or they use their wings. Now,
like a cricket.
Like a cricket. Now, Madagascar hissing cockroaches make noise through the holes that are in their abdomen. They're called spiracles.
Their respiration occurs through.
And so what they'll do is they'll inhale that air, and then they'll push real hard, and you can hear them. It'll make an active, loud hiss. And we've got males and females here, and you can tell the difference in the two. This is not their head. Their head is underneath. This is called a pronotum.
Yes,
And the males have these big humps on the top. And the females are almost smooth.
Yes.
And then also
whenever... he's supposed to look kind of fierce.
Right. They use these to fight with each other. They'll kind of ram each other.
Whoa.
And they're fighting over territory and over females.
And over girls,
And another difference between the males and the females have very smooth antennae.
Yes, she does.
And the males, they're more fuzzy. And you have to remember that antennae are organs of smell. And so they use these so that they can smell pheromone.
Find that gal.
Absolutely. And the males tend to be more aggressive with each other. They're aggressive over territory, over females, and it's one of those things where whoever hisses the loudest, the girls tend to like the best.
Okay.
And so,
well, she is a beautiful girl, and I'm so glad that she came to visit, and I'm so glad she's going home.
My husband said, please make sure these do not get out in the house.
And you said they live a couple of years, and so a lot of
they
people...
They live 2 to 3 years.
It's a good pet. If you're interested in that kind of pet.
Lots of teachers like to keep them in their classrooms, and these actually do make pretty good pets at home, too. For the weird, twisted entomologist type people.
All right, okay. And I think, Tony, I'm going to let you put those up and put the lid on very carefully. And then, Tony, you've got something. I don't know if it's quite as bizarre. Oh, my goodness, this is a little bit strange itself.
It's strange in itself.
It certainly is.
Yes, it is. It is a daikon radish.
A daikon radish.
And a lot of farmers are planting these things these days. They
and
call
why
them
is that?
tillage radishes.
Whoa!
Because supposedly they'll go into the ground and break up the hard pan.
Isn't that fascinating?
And my problem is when my place that I have, the soil is so hard that they wouldn't go but about that far into the soil.
But still, Tony, think about it. That far down, they did loosen up the soil. Now, I have had one, and I've used it. I've cut it up and used it in salads and things.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really good to eat.
Yes, Chinese folks really love these things.
In the Asian cultures, it's used a
and
lot.
You can even eat the leaves or whatever.
Well, Tony, thank you. That was a wonderful thing to bring, and I bet you can take that home. Maybe you could even carve it up into something.
That's right.
Okay.
Thank you, Amanda.